the light of hope. If there was a time when we need it, it's now, when our hope is being beat up daily. Diwali says, keep hope alive and keep light lit. It's an amazing holiday that could help us right now. You can't dance like that and worry about things. I don't think they can. Just beautiful. This morning we're going to talk a little bit about Diwali. I got some help. I have biased sources from northern India. Her name was Manisha Verman, and she's a very dear friend of a good buddy of mine. And in my ignorance, I called him because he's Indian, Pakistani. They moved the line, you know. Ko Hassan, and Ko said, no, Duncan, we didn't celebrate Diwali. We were Islamic. I said, oops. So he put me in touch with Manisha, who sounds a lot like a Unitarian Universalist. Her mother was very deeply religious, and so they celebrated Diwali. And she is, I hate repeating this phrase, but spiritual, not religious. You'll know that irritates me. Because I'm religious and spiritual. But she was very helpful. I want to thank her. I want to talk about my own spin on this light thing and how we let the light and the lights of Diwali shine and why it's important to us, even if you're spiritual and not religious. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I have a problem with it because it sounds like, well, I'm a bowler, but I don't go to the bowling alley. Oh, really? So where do you bowl? And then I'll close with something we do at Abundant Love, and for you who were brought up deeply Christian, hang in there. I'm going to close with an invitation. Breathe. Breathe. It's an invitation not to discipleship or deliverance. See, I can't even get it out. It's an invitation to do something practical with what we've been talking about, because your deliverance and your discipleship are way above my pay grade. And that's something we let you tackle on your own. Diwali. It is, as in the children's story, a New Year festival for Hindu people and for people from all over India, whether inside or out of India. It's also celebrated by Jainus. And it's like a lot of our religious holidays. It depends on who you spend it with and how you see the holiday in that culture or in your culture. Because I think Thanksgiving in Oxford, Mississippi may not be the same as Thanksgiving in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn's in New York, right? India is the second most populated continent on the planet, with hundreds of cultures and language variations and languages. And so Diwali is practiced differently all around India. And so one of the stories we heard was about the goddess. There are other stories that we can also lean into. But it's about the light symbolizing the goddess's generosity, or the good that triumphs over evil that befell a good king. A king who had to go into battle with forces beyond humanity to get back his kidnapped son. It's about a good deity or good people, and there are varying stories and varying beliefs, but in the end, the good wins out. Hallelujah. And I want to veer off track just a little bit because we are recalculating for a moment, but we're still taking the shortest route, I promise you. See, there's an accident also waiting for us, especially in America, when we talk about good is light and light-colored. Uh-oh. And the bad is black or dark. Some of us might have a problem with that. And so I want to talk about evil and the kidnapping of the king's child. That's bad. But it's not black or dark colored. It's just evil. It doesn't say that he was kidnapped in the dark. It says he was kidnapped. By now, we who are enlightened, like all Unitarian Universalists are, we realize that monsters and threats to our safety and sanity can come in white and attack in the broad light of day. And they do not wait until the wee hours of the night and hide under our beds in the dark. Not anymore. Our planet and our star are spinning in a sea of beautiful black. Even now we've discovered dark energy, which we don't know anything about, by the way. And that dark energy that we know of is not bad because it's black. It's actually beautiful. The lights of Diwali are beautiful on the beautiful night. How about that? They are magical in the darkness of our fall nights and evenings. Sometimes we rest in the safety of night, in the dark where dreams dance and our bodies rest from dancing. Somewhat like that. That's how I want to reconceptualize the dark as the other part of the beauty. Because having a whole bunch of candles at noon doesn't look so impressive. I just have to say this on behalf of the beauty of the dark and the darkened people. Diwali is also for the Hindu people and their friends who have observed Diwali at a time of being with friends and family. The colors and joy are for the new year, and our moment of being together in Diwali is right now. It isn't when I feel like I might do Diwali tomorrow. It's the right now of it. Or the joy I had of Diwali 20 years ago, well, that was nice. But it's about the joy of Diwali in the moment, in the dance, right now. This is a hard one for me, y'all, because I am a collector, I am not a hoarder. But one of the Hindu principles is about being in the moment right now, being with me right now, enjoying without an agenda, the spirit of our gathering right now. Wow. I'm talking to a bunch of UUs about not having an agenda. I'm going to reference something, though. There was a moment when we connected with the dancers. In this moment, because she slipped. In that moment, we were all with her. And she got up. And we all got up with her right now. Take a deep breath into your lungs, and you must let it go. It will not do you any good to hold on to the breath that you just took or bemoan the one you took as you walked into the sanctuary. And without an attachment to the breath that will get you to the car or let you go or let go of the expectation and enjoy the light that we are sharing, if you can do this, you can be in joy, the joy of the moment, a non-conditional happiness, a not conditional happiness, because I'll be happy when, but the opposite of that, which is joy, which is what we can have now. I'm sure 2 committees are going to meet about this. See, this is not Baptist theology. Dang. But y'all wanted to celebrate Diwali in this moment together, so that's what we're doing. This allows us to be positive amid an encroaching or impending something that does not feel like it would be good if it were to happen. It isn't happening yet. Not right now. This is so hard for middle-class capitalists who are invested or divested or working on something. Gotta be working. Just in this moment, let's do Diwali. And y'all sing about it, because you say, let it shine. The song is not this little light of mine, I'm going to make it shine with the committee's approval. And it's also about accepting your light and its ability to shine. They also use sand paintings, rice paintings, mandalas. In Buddhist culture, they're called mandalas. For decoration to set out, colored, elaborate, my style, sparkly, with no adhesives, no molding agents, so that you can come back next week and see them. They are placed out there to welcome the goddess, welcome the positive in right now. This was so hard for me, y'all. They are elaborate designs of intricate beauty that lead the positive the right way. It's not painted in latex from Home Depot or Lowe's. And it is set for this occasion on the doorway or the street, letting the hope of what she can bring into the house, bringing in the good for the new year like a guest with gifts. And in other faith traditions, that's called faith. And when it's done, when you're sure she's there, you sweep it up. Oh my God. It's hard for me, y'all. When I was an intern at Tennessee Valley, they put a big mandala, sand, right in the front. And I'm the intern minister, and I'm struggling with letting things go. So I said, I will sweep it up tomorrow. And tomorrow came, and I didn't get a chance to sweep it up. I'm looking at Tony, because I'm sure Tony would have handed me a broom. I couldn't bring myself to sweep it up. I finally got my act together, right, y'all? I went and got the broom. I came in. I looked at the mandala. It was gone. The sexton beat me to it. I said I'd clean it up. Some of us have to work on our detachment. I hate to recycle the comics out of the newspaper. They brought me joy. I keep trying to do it. I finally got it, and I was cheated. Our work includes sweeping up the beauty that is no longer practical for what we need to do now. I'm going to repeat that. Some of our work includes sweeping up the beauty, not the bad stuff. It was beautiful, but it's not what we need now. It's done its work, so it's got to be swept up. That's hard. Let the hope live and let go of the old hope. That did what it was supposed to do. Old hope is not hope anymore. I was going to ask Don this question in music. Do you have a musical term for what the old notes were? You can't sing the old notes. You can only sing the notes for now. How can this be any help to humanists, atheists, and closeted spiritual religious liberals? Well, we have great hopes that rely, according to Baldwin, on our love. No matter how battered and bruised we are. And they rely upon our willingness to open our hearts' doorways to beauty. What is the path to our heart saying to positive folks who are looking for us? Have we set out the lights to our hearts? You don't have to believe in the goddess, but you got to believe in something. Some pathway to the truth and to your heart. A welcoming mandala. Is that the sign on the way to your heart? Or is it a sign that says, warning to all those who dare tread any further? Our beaten, battered, disappointed, privileged hearts. Baldwin says, sorrow occludes our own light from our view. Sorrow can hide our light from ourselves. And you do have to work through it. But then he said that there's somebody else who can come along and reflect, mirror your own light when you can't even see it. That's pretty powerful. And that on our best days, we get to be the mirror. I like that part. Just for Diwali, letting it shine of hope. Even if we do not agree on the Middle East. Even if we don't agree on Middle Europe. Even if we don't agree on the Midwest, as sacred and beautiful as that is. That's that part in the middle y'all fly over. Even if we don't agree on Middle Georgia or the middle of this building. Yeah, I know. Let the goddess of the new year from the most populated continent bring the light of hope and stay long enough to let us feel it and get healed. Because we only have today. This is when I would, at Abundant Love, say we're about to issue the invitation. I would have the deacons bring the chair. No, I don't. I invite you to find some kind of beauty that speaks to you and a candle, and set them where they will bless you and somebody you love this week. A reminder of your light. Notice, I didn't ask for your opinion about your light. I don't care. It's your light. I know it's in there. From within your core, been with you no matter what anybody said about who they think you ought to be or who they think you are. It's in there. Your light. I invite you to have, for you and somebody you love, because Diwali is about community, your own personal Diwali. And if you can share it, that makes it wonderful. But some of us aren't there yet. So have it for yourself, get healed, and then share it. And let the healing begin. And share it over and over again. Thank you so much for letting me come back.